Nice night here in Cormierville. Dead calm. It's about 66, 67 degrees Fahrenheit. It's clear. There's a big party over on Treasure Island. You can hear the people shouting over there. Saturday night, Treasure Island party. Hi there, Dan. Good to see you. Hello, Kim. Good evening. Thanks for being here. Hi, Alyssa. Thanks for joining us. Ginger, good evening to you. Hey, Chloe and JB. Great to have you along as always. We've got a few moths at the light tonight, and quite a few others flying around. So we'll have enough to keep us busy for a little while anyway. I'll turn the light on and we'll move in. Maybe start here. What's this one right here? This is a new one for us, a new one for the stream. It's called four-line borer. Four-line borer. I think the caterpillars feed on sedges of some kind. Thank you for greeting your gracious host. That's it, Ginger and Alyssa, four-line borer. Sir Stuart. Thank you, Kim. That has a nice ring to it. So yeah, I got a newbie already, Chloe. Four-line borer. And as we'll take a look at our first reticulated fruitworm moth of the night. Reticulated fruitworm moth. Who's this? Oh, this is another new one for us. New one for the stream. This is called the brown angle shades. We've had the olive angle shades a number of times, but we've never had the brown angle shades. Quite a large moth. Very attractive pattern. Sorry I'm moving so much. So two of our first three moths are newbies. Four-line borer and brown angle shades. Oops, sorry. Having more issues with my light again. Alrighty, we're back again. Might as well clean up down the corner here. We've got flame-shouldered dart there, flame-shouldered dart there, flame-shouldered dart there, flame-shouldered dart, flame-shouldered dart. So there's 5 right here, plus a caddisfly of some kind. There's 6 here actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this is, I think this might be new for us as well. It's called, I'm pretty sure this is American Idia. Looks like there might be 2 of them here. I think these are both the same species. American Idia. There's a, just before it escapes, I'll show you the yellow-collared scape moth. Yellow-collared, I was going to say yellow-collared escape moth. It's yellow-collared scape moth. So American Idia, I think that's a new one for us. It sure was trying to escape. I think it's gone now. Where do we go next here? This is in the streams. Oh, it's gone already. Darn. Pretty neat looking moth. This is a worn Baltimore snout. This is a worn finned willow prominent. Finned willow prominent. We've seen that a few times. Missing a lot of scales on the outer part of the wing especially. Three-lined leaf roller. Another one here, I think. Yeah. Three-lined leaf rollers are getting to be very common, as are these, oh, it's gone. Here's the divided Olathrudes, little micro moth. That's a leaf hopper there that's about to move. Leaf hopper. Take a look over here on the shingles. Another American Idia. Some kind of a a fanfoot, a Zanclognatha here. The appearance of like hinges on the antenna, typical of that genus, and Zanclognatha. Perfect ginger. It's a large caddisfly. Have a neat pattern on this one, or a neat color. Not much of a pattern, but a nice color, nice rusty color. Some black spots in the wings. Nice long antenna. There's a caterpillar on the shingles. Not sure. I think it might be some type of tussock moth caterpillar. Nice spiky hair. I guess the right side is is the head. Sometimes it isn't real obvious on caterpillars until they start moving. Did we jinx, Alyssa? I missed it. I'm not seeing the comments are not coming easily to the screen even when I touch it. I guess the comment about spiky hair. No, I didn't see a lot of those comments. I don't think there's anyone else right there. So we'll continue across the sheet. The brown angle shades is still there. Ugly nest caterpillar moth. And another leaf hopper of some kind. Okay, over here. Not sure what this is. I don't think it's a dagger. The great blue heron just called. No, I'm going to have to look this one up. It looks familiar a few times, but not this year. Have to look that one up. Sigma prominent. Really nice fresh. It's got every scale. Just going to hold on a second here. I think we disconnected. I guess it's okay. You can hear me. It was briefly disconnected. Sometimes over on the right side of the moth sheet, it disconnects. Thank you, Ginger, Melissa. Here's our, sounds fine, Dan, thank you. Our gypsy moth, our male gypsy moth, also known as the spongy moth. Here's our dark spotted palthus is back again. Let's take a look at the long legs it holds out in front of the head. The front legs. Dark spotted palthus. Looks like an aircraft of some kind. Palthus is P-A-L-T-H-I-S. Dark spotted palthus. F-114. Haven't heard of that one before. Pretty unique shape. Looks like some of the paper airplanes I used to make when I was a kid and throw around the class. F-117. I don't know my F-class aircraft at all. A two-lined hook tip. And just before the B2. It's a rotund idia. Couple of reticulated fruitworm moths. Elegant grass veneer. Another male gypsy moth. Another sigmoid prominent here. And this one, still a mystery. If somebody wants to take a look at Moth Photographers Group, MPG, take a look at Great Brocade. Great Brocade, and see if we have a match, possibly. That name is sort of creeping into my consciousness. This is the black banded brocade. Which we've seen a few times, 2 or 3 times. Black banded brocade. And a reticulated fruitworm moth. Common gluphisia. And Chloe says it does. This is a bold feathered grass moth, by the way, I think. So this looks pretty close to great brocade. Alyssa says yes. Well, we'll call that a tentative identification until get a look at the other possibilities later. But I think that's what it is. So that would be another newbie for us. Great brocade. Maybe this is maybe this is the zigzag herpetogramma, not the bold feathered grass moth that I just said. I think this is zigzag herpetogramma. I don't think bold feathered grass moth is ever this dark. And we can see some of the purple iridescence in the wings on this one as well, which is a field mark of the zigzag herpetogramma. And that's actually not the one we looked at a moment ago. The one we looked at a moment ago is here, but I think it's the same species. So this is probably zigzag as well. And again, we can see a hint of the purple iridescence. And these things are just beautiful. Some more flame-shouldered darts up here. Three-lined leaf roller. This is a red twin spot. Here a warbler going over. Red twin spot. And once again, this was the black banded brocade. I hear more warblers. They're on the move tonight. Large yellow underwing. Could have an orangey yellow underwing with a black terminal area. It's going to show us. No? Doesn't want to show us. Some kind of a micro moth there. And sharp-angled carpet moth. Several more flame-shouldered darts over there, and I think it's probably a lesser maple spanworm, although it's kind of blown out by the camera, overexposed. Sigmoid prominent, another one. Our great brocade, a couple of flame-shouldered darts, something. Oh, this is another new one for us. It's called the maple spanworm. Ooh, darn, I think it's gone behind the sheet. It's a really common late summer autumn moth. Here, it's on the sheet now. When they stop, their wings really look like a dried leaf. Well, so does this guy here. For that matter, the two-line hook tip. Yeah, I don't know where he went that time. Here's another zigzag herpetogramma. Sharp-angled carpet moth up here. Buff-tipped epinodia up above the sharp-angled carpet. And some kind of an ancyllis, A-N-C-Y-L-I-S. It's a genus for this moth. Caddisfly. And the ancyllis has joined the caddisfly. That's it. Three-line leaf roller. The reticulated fruitworm moth. Another swing across the sheet here. Common gluphisia. A couple of leaf hoppers. Yep, let's get ready to take off. Somebody different just came in and landed briefly. It's gone already. There's a pug moth up here. I think this is one of the few pug moths that you can identify safely. And this one's called wormwood pug moth. It's gone. Oh. Anyway, oh, he's back here. Wormwood is another name for, oh, it's a really common plant in our yard. Can't remember, but Artemisia is the genus. Artemisia. A little leafhopper. I'm really hearing a lot of warblers up high overhead tonight. They give a very, very high-pitched single call note when they're migrating at night. You can actually buy a CD. Well, I guess people don't use CDs anymore, but there was a CD on the nocturnal flight calls of North American birds. If you ever had a hankering to learn the nocturnal flight calls of birds. Of course, there are lots of people that have been studying them for years and years and years. And you might wonder, how do they know what they're recording? If they're recording them at night. Well, there's been a team of birders at Cape May Point in New Jersey for quite a few years that are out before daylight every morning recording birds that are flying in off the ocean, warblers especially, but any songbirds that come flying in off the ocean, they photograph them and they record their calls. And as soon as there's enough light, they can get decent photographs and identify the birds from their photos and match them with their recordings. And that's how they know, that's how they know what the birds flying over at night are, because somebody has recorded them during the early morning hours coming in off the ocean, photographed them to confirm their ID. Here's the Peoria once again. Peoria gematella that we see every night now. A lot of warblers get misplaced at night and frequently get blown out over the ocean. So a good place to see them first thing in the morning is at coastal hotspots like Cape May Point, New Jersey. That's why it's such a famous bird watching spot, because any night that there's nocturnal migration going on, there are tens or hundreds of thousands, or some nights millions, of songbirds that get blown out over the ocean when the winds are from the northwest, which is often the wind that triggers a lot of migration. And the bird's instinct, when it gets daylight in the morning and they look down and they see nothing but ocean, their instinct tells them to fly into the wind. If they fly into the wind, eventually they'll reach land. And so they tend to, this is a pink barred glyph, by the way. A really nice one. Nice fresh one, pink barred glyph. So when they're coming in off the ocean, and once they see a point of land, they go for it no matter what direction it is. They just want to get to land, somewhere where they can land, since they can't easily land in the water on the ocean, especially if it's rough. So any points that stick out into the ocean, like Cape May Point does, are great places to be during migration, spring and fall. Of course, Cape May Point is one of the most famous bird watching places in the world. A lot of bird watchers from Europe go there, especially in autumn, from now until November. It's a very famous location for hawk watch. They do a hawk watch at Cape May Point State Park. This is another large yellow underwing. Yeah, South Cape May has an eBird page. There are places around Cape May that have their own eBird hotspot. So you can go and look up all the tens or hundreds of thousands of checklists, daily checklists that people have submitted over the years. And when they have enough data for any particular spot, like the hawk watch charts that show you the monthly occurrence or weekly occurrence of every species of bird, so you can get a bar chart for Cape May Point that shows you exactly what you're probably going to see if you go there in the third week in September or the second week of October or whenever you want to go. Not only shows you what's there, but it shows you how common they are. Not seeing anything new here. This I think that's a white banded tooth carpet, which we hadn't seen previously tonight. There's the dark spotted palthus again, or another one. So one final return across the sheet. Zigzag herpetogramma. Maybe one and the same. It's kind of hard to judge them because they're in such different lights. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a nice evening. This is a zigzag herpetogramma that just flew away. And two-line hook tip. Hey, is Nola there? Hi, Nola. Gypsy moth. New subscriber, yay! Well, thank you, new subscriber, if you're here watching. Again, that's Peoria gematella. I don't think it has a common name, but I'm pretty sure the caterpillars feed on prairie cordgrass, which used to be Spartina pectinata, but I think the name has changed. Anyway, we have lots in our yard here, along the river, along the cove. Once again, the pink-barred glyph. Is there a place in Illinois called Peoria? Like maybe one of the major cities? Every time I see that genus, I keep thinking that's the name of a city in Illinois, but I never get around to looking it up. The rainbow unicorn one. Gosh. I'm not sure, Mary, what you're referring to. Are you referring to this? The zigzag herpetogramma? We had a moth we saw quite often that was called the unicorn prominent. Maybe that's what you are referring to. Haven't seen it for a while now. The pastel one. Gosh. Here's a gray spruce looper that just arrived. Got this one, pink-barred glyph, or the sigmoid prominent. Yeah, there's a lighter, I think it's a lighter zigzag over here. A lighter zigzag prominent. This could be the one you're referring to, Mary. Hi, Brianna. Great to see you. Yeah, I think this is the zigzag herpetogramma. It's just it's just a little paler than most of them are, and that might be largely because it's on the dark shingles. Let's see if I can lighten it up a bit. Get out my magic card here. I'm going to have to review this. I'm not sure that it's a pentagram. I think it might be, maybe this is a bold feathered grass moth. And this is the zigzag herpetogramma. I'll need to study, excuse me, study the patterns afterward. afterwards. What do you think, Alyssa? Do you have any insight? This is another new one for the stream. This is called, Alyssa, you think they're all zigzag? This one's called the single dotted wave. Oh my God. Somebody's saying there's 15 watching, but my screen is saying there's 19 watching. That's amazing. Can't be true. Single dotted wave. And another new arrival here is a spotted grass moth. I'm gonna have to check that one too, because that doesn't look like a spotted grass moth. Somebody wants to take a quick look at spotted grass moth at Moth Photographers Group, MPG. I don't think the spotted grass moth has those dark lines like that moth had. It had a dark spot, but then it had two dark lines on each wing. So I'm not sure what that was. This is one of the coneworm moths, the genus Diorectria. The caterpillars feed in the cones of spruce and fir. Of course, flame-shouldered darts down below. Flame-shouldered dart. This is an idia, but this may be another species. No, I think it's the same, the American idia. Another zigzag herpetogramma. It does kind of look like it. So I guess you're saying the spotted grass moth kind of looks right. So the moth that we saw was the right size and shape for a spotted grass moth, but besides having a big spot in the middle of the wings, it had some very distinct black lines going off from that black spot towards the inside of the wings. And I don't remember seeing that on spotted grass moth before, so I was just thinking maybe it's a closely related species. I'm looking for it on the sheet here, but I don't see it any longer. Caddisfly. Nice pattern on the wings. Nice long antenna. Leafhopper. Another caddisfly. reticulated fruitworm moth. Then some species of ichneumon wasp. Looks like genus Ophion, again, that we see pretty much every night. Two here. Do one more search for that spotted grass moth. A lot of birds in the air tonight. Not just warblers, but I hear it sounds like, well, it seems early for sparrows to be migrating, but it sounded like chipping sparrow. It's our grape brocade. Now there's our first green leuconicta in a while. Green leuconicta, which was fairly routine in our early streams back in June. Yeah, I miss them too, Alyssa. So I guess they probably have a second generation, so maybe they're going to be back again for a few weeks. Green leuconicta, that's it, Alyssa. No, you had it right. Very good. Very good. Quite a few moths up high on the shingles here. Just a bit too high. I have to get a step stool. Step stools and I don't have a good history, so probably better that I not get a step stool. All right. I don't think we can dig anything else new out here. It's a very faded clover looper. All right, I think we'll call it a night. Nothing in the sky to show you. I'll turn the light off here so it's not quite as greeny. There. Hummingbirds could well be migrating now. They're certainly increasing at everybody's feeders around here. A friend of mine who was visiting today lives in Shediac, which is only 20 minutes from here. And She said she went from 0 moths for a couple of weeks to 5 or 6 in the last few days. That's almost been the case with us as well. Please take a second to hit the like button if you haven't already done so. I'd appreciate it. If you're new and enjoyed it, maybe you'd want to subscribe to the channel. We try to do this most nights when it's suitable weather. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it as always. Thanks for joining us, Brianna. Mary, pleasure to have you as always. Of course, Ginger and Alyssa. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. Chloe and JB, thanks so much for always being here. Dan, you have a great night too, and thanks for joining us. Anyone else I forgot? I'm sorry, but Nola, yeah. Thanks, Nola. And India, if she's watching. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye for now.